Hey, what's up everyone? This is going to be a video regarding something that my daddy experienced. So, this happened, I would say last year, when we had brought him home from work, and we went to go get him, and we brought him home, and he rested out in the Nissan for a little while. He sometimes does that, or sometimes rests in the Nissan, or just stays in the truck, whichever vehicle we were driving, and he'll stay out in it for a little while. On this particular night, there was a strange experience that happened. I kept going back outside over and over, wondering if he was coming in, and letting him know, and he just wanted to stay out there and rest for a while. So, after I went back in the house, I went into the other room and was talking to my mama, and by the time I got back out to the door, I seen that he was in the Nissan, shining his phone light, waving the phone light, trying to get me to come over there and turn the light on. So I did, and I followed him to the house. He was just saying, he was just like constantly just like, what the frick was that? What the frick? What in the world was that? What was that? And I asked him, what did you experience? And he said, I have no idea what that was. And he was sleeping. And he said he was sound asleep and woke up. And he heard something fumbling around. He said he heard something moving the Nissan. He heard it moving the Nissan. And he said it sounded like it was going boom, boom, boom. And the Nissan was raising and lifting. Just lifting. I've heard things where I would sit outside and it would kick the tire or push the Nissan or rock it. But he said the vehicle was violently shaking, was rocking back and forth. And as he said he looked over at the window, and looking in at him was this giant, dark, hairy creature that was bent over. And he said he couldn't see a face. He said it was just dark and hairy. A dark, hairy creature that was bent down, bent over, peering in, just peeping in, looking in. And he said that he shined his phone light. He has a flip phone, the Samsung Rugby 4, that flip phone that I ordered from Amazon, and he uses it on the road because it's more durable. And he shined the light as best he could, and he said that it was shaking the vehicle violently. And he said it was lifting it up, pushing it upward with him inside it, and was pushing it up and dropping it down, just able to lift it up. And he said that when he laid down on the horn, he pushed down on the vehicle horn as hard as possible. He said he kept blowing the horn, and he said that's when it acted as frightened of him as he did of it. He said it acted as scared of him, as curious and as scared of him. He was in there sleeping, and it woke up to that, and he said he was trying to shine his phone light, and he was just doing anything possible, and he said he just pushed down on the vehicle horn and just was blasting the horn. And he said that's when it went backward and just went off back down there where the dog was at right now, where the dogs are at. He said it went right back off down there and just vanished. Just disappeared into thin air. Just disappeared. It went back down there where all the activity seems to come from quite a bit. And when he was walking into the house, he was just like, his eyes were wide, and he was just like, what the frick, what the heck was that? He said, I'd never seen anything like that in my life. We were like, what the crap? Like, what happened? And that's what I was like. And he told us, and he said all the dogs were having a monstrous fit. And I don't know how I could have not heard it from the bedroom, from the other room. I don't know how I could not have heard it. I was talking to Mama in the other room, and I don't know how I could have not heard that with the dogs having a fit like that and all that was going on. Maybe it was one of those shift situations. I don't know, but he experienced it, and he spoke again. He spoke about it again recently to my mama and talked about it. And it was after he heard these sounds. He rested again recently. I guess he finally he started resting in the vehicle again. But when we get home, he usually just takes a nap in there sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And when he got out of there, this was actually the day after. When he got back home from visiting my Nana, he got back home, he got out, and it was about 9 o'clock at night, maybe 9:30, and he said he heard like that. Not a bear but like a beast. He said it was beastly. And that happened a few days ago. Last Sunday, actually. And that happened in the same area where that activity usually comes from. I've dealt with so much myself. I mean, I'll share a lot more. I've dealt with a lot. But he witnessed this, and he was very frightened of it, and it moved the vehicle. It was strong enough to, and whatever these things are, strong enough to lift a very, very heavy pickup truck, very heavy vehicles, and just move them, lift them, and we've experienced it. We have experienced these beings and these things. And he said it was hairy, it was dark, and you couldn't see a face, and then it took off back down there. He's seen a tall ghost-looking creature that was see-through like a ghost, but it was glowing with glowing eyes, and he said it was taller than the vehicle, and it was just looking back at him, and then he went to grab the headband light, and it made it shine brighter, and he went back outside, and he went back outside. He was standing on the porch and said there was a ghostly figure, a giant figure standing down there past the dogs, and it was tall and glowing, and he said it looked like a ghost. That was another experience. But that creature that he's seen, that dark figure, that dark, hairy figure that lifted the vehicle, that happened, I don't remember when that happened, but it happened a while back. It wasn't this year. It was maybe a year, maybe a couple of years ago. So I just had to share that. And we've witnessed so much. We have witnessed a lot. And he said he never did witness a lot of these things until I came about. He said he never witnessed anything like that to that magnitude at all until I was born. That's what both of my parents really never witnessed anything or even gave it much of a thought until after I was born. It started happening like crazy for them as well. But things like that happen to me all the time, these things. But he experienced those particular things, and I wanted to share them. So, let me know your thoughts on this. If you've experienced anything like that, or anything like these particular occurrences, let me know. So, peace and much love. I thought it kind of fitting, I guess, to share this around Halloween time, but this actually happened. I have experience to share very soon regarding some Civil War spirit activity regarding the Civil War. I'll share that in another video soon. But just so much has happened. Maybe I'll do a live stream very soon, I hope. Hope to do a live stream very soon regarding various strange occurrences. So, let me know if you've dealt with anything like this, and let me know what your thoughts are, what you think these were. From the gigantic white creature, ghostly creature, the being that lifted the vehicle and kept pushing on it. A giant fingerprint. I've got pictures somewhere of that. A giant fingerprint was on the window of the Nissan, and I've got pictures of that, of the vehicle. It might have been the Kia at that time. It was years ago. And back when we were using the Kia, it might have been that. I don't know. But one of the vehicles had this giant fingerprint on it. And I'll share that very soon. And I have my thumb next to it to show in comparison. I'll show a video of the pictures of that very soon, hopefully, when I find them. But let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've experienced anything like this from the creature that was the dark, hairy figure. Giant, dark, hairy creature that was lifting the vehicle, shaking it violently, trying to and actually lifting it, moving it. And he was very frightened. He was very scared of that. Later, someone was driving down the road shining a light into the woods, into the wooded area, so maybe they witnessed something too. I don't know. And you can sense when these things are around. You can sense, you can hear, you can tell. And these creatures are real. These beings are real. These, I don't know, interdimensional beings, they're real. I have a feeling they're definitely interdimensional. I know they are. Because they can appear and disappear at will. So that hairy creature, giant hairy being, dark figure, couldn't see the face, but it was giant. And the white figure, this white creature, ghostly, ghost being down there, very tall. And then the other experience where this creature hit the vehicle multiple times. These things, this being hit the vehicle. It goes boom, boom, and then just starts lifting it and moving it. And experiences that we witness of various beings. Just so many things. And the grunting. 3 grunts. Most of the time it's usually 3. And we've witnessed a lot. A lot. My mama went outside and she had never heard anything like that. I heard it on a regular basis. And suddenly she heard what sounded like metal in the air clanking and rocks clanking. She heard what sounded like just... It wasn't like deer either, like deer hitting the antler, hitting their horns. It was just literally like... They make these rock clanking sounds in the air where nothing is at, very high up. Where nothing is at, just in the air. The rocks clanking sounds, sticks breaking, all kinds of vocals. It's amazing, really, what we've witnessed. And what they've witnessed since I started experiencing it. So let me know if you've experienced anything like this, and let me know what your thoughts are. Peace and much love. I'll share more very soon. Bye.